Hello everyone, Wangel here and welcome back to Medieval 2 where we're playing Wales in the Britannia campaign. At the moment we're at a siege defence where the Scottish have come to attack my garrison at the city of Dumfries. So it looks like the balance is slightly against me. The enemy do outnumber me, and if we just take a second look here, they've got quite a few archers, lots of cavalry and artillery, so they're definitely going to be getting inside the city. But we will be able to defend ourselves, I think, in the combat. We will have the advantage against their archers in melee, and they have lots of cavalry and we have lots of spearmen, so all in all it should go pretty well. So let's get started with the battle and head straight in.
Mercy. Kill them all!
That's the plan, good sir. What's this? Evil priests are the cause of the people's ruin. So the ruin of the realm of Scotland had its source within the bosom of its own church. Well, this is not that sort of channel, so I'm not going to go into the debate about religion in historical context or in today's context. We're going to leave it at that. So, we've got a siege defense. They've got a lot of cavalry. Do I want to listen to my general talk? Yeah, why not? I do enjoy listening to these speeches, so has he got anything wise to say before the battle?
Before the battle, I call upon you all to pray for intercession of St. Michael, St. George, St. Barbara, St. Dunstan, St. Maurice, and, just to be on the safe side, St. Jude and St. Drowsinus. Further, if any of you have a black cat to hand, slay it, so that the foul beast cannot bring us bad luck. I would have no bad luck in this battle. Those Scots over there need to be killed. But we do them a kindness, because that way they escape their shrieking, shrill and horrid wives. Women better suited to gutting fish than pleasing men.
Wow.
Remember that we cannot let one of those bastards in. Not a one. Any foul attackers who enter must stay only to be meat for the carrion crows. The fire and brimstone smell from our enemies is not actually them, servants of Satan though they be. They have cannons among their armory in the field. And so we go to battle. We, band of brothers, will not fail. No, not even if some of us die here. We go on to victory. And when we have won that victory, we will celebrate!
Okay, with that said, let's start deployment. I have to say, that's one of my favourite speeches I've heard in this campaign so far, although I have to admit, he is a bit wrong about the Scottish women. I've met one or two Scottish girls, and they are quite lovely ladies, and one of my favourite YouTubers is actually Scottish. Two of them, in fact, are Scottish girls, so yeah, I'm not going to criticise them. Right. We're going to stick with the basic thing. We're going to keep my ranged units on the wall so we can actually shoot at them as they come towards us. But I have to admit that they've got enough artillery pieces in that they are going to get in no matter what we do. So what I'm thinking instead is I'm going to be holding the courtyard and take advantage of the very mechanic that I personally can't stand when it comes to siege assaults. So what we're going to do, I'm going to basically have shield and spearmen, I should say, coming across here if the game will actually allow me. We'll do that. You guys can stay here then in guard formation. We've got another 2 units of spearmen, so I'm just going to put one over here. Like so. Like so. Why aren't you... This game is its deployment mechanics sometimes. Jesus. Okay. Everyone else can basically stay inside the center. We're going to move them around as and when we need to. I will make sure to use my horsemen, in particular with like the general on that, to head around the flanks in order to attack enemy units from the rear as much as possible. Especially if we can do things like, for example, attack their ranged units and that. But at the moment, it's just a safer idea if we just do something like this. So we're starting this. We're going to have... Can I move you guys slightly further up, please? Thank you. I appreciate it, really. Right, let's just fast forward things. Chances are they're going to use their artillery to knock down the walls rather than actually... Oh, they're actually... I was going to say, are they actually bringing in their battering rams and that? They're not. Yeah, it might be a better idea if I just bring my troops back instead. Right, Yeah, you're taking out the wall very, very quickly, so I'm going to have you guys pull back before we actually lose the wall. Come on. Crossbowmen, off the wall, off the wall. Oh. Jeez.
The enemy are through the walls. Fight on. They must get no further.
Right. So that didn't happen, did it? Can you get off the wall, please? Right. Well, I'm going to let them just smash down the walls. There's not really much else we can do to stop them. We don't have any way of actually preventing it from happening, short of sending my cavalry out, which I admit was a possibility, but on the other hand, they got so many archers, and I don't know how well they are for armor-piercing damage, that I didn't want to take the risk of losing my general or something like that.
Fight on. They must get no further.
What I could do, though, is send some of my mercenary cavalry out to deal with this nearest unit of the revolts. Might as well just get rid of them since they're right in front of the enemy line. Alright, so you guys are going to come out through here. How's my ranged units? Right, you guys we're going to have form up here. In fact, let's have you guys over here instead. Like so. You guys can form up here.
Steel and valiant hearts must be our walls now.
You guys can kill these off. Okay, let's pull back, pull back, pull back. Alright, the enemy is on their way, so we want to get my units back into the center. Quickly. There we go. Perfect. Oh. I thought they were actually coming towards us. Apparently not. Okay, is there anything we can try and take advantage of along here? They got lots of cavalry on either flanks. What's this unit over here? Pikemen, worst thing I want to try and charge my units at. Do I want to try and maybe take a risk of hitting their trebuchet? We can do it at least, and if they come at me, I'll pull forward then. Alright, okay, archers are firing, my troops are retreating. Jesus, that was a lot of missile fire.
Steel and valiant hearts must be our walls now.
Okay, luckily for me, they're just mercenaries, so if they die, they die. So be it. Alright. Let's pull you guys back in, I think. Not going to do much good to me otherwise. Alright. The town guard is taking damage as well, so they're pretty content just to smash down all the walls. I mean, they've got plenty of opportunity to come in, so why aren't they doing so? Okay, well, I'll tell you what, send the mercenary knights out again to get that unit of trebuchet. Hopefully we're not going to take too many hits from the rest of them, but if we can take out the artillery, that will be something. I mean, how much time we got left of this? I can't... Oh, here they come. Okay. They must have run out. So the plan is basically going to be this. We're going to have my troops hold them at pretty much vital areas, and then what I'm going to try and do is basically bring my units in to try and outflank them as much as possible. Now, the only thing I have to bear in mind is it may take a little while for the troops to get into particular positions. It might be an idea to start moving them around a little bit now. So let's slow things down slightly while my troops get into position here. Alright, let's get you across here, please. Like that. Alright, you guys. Let's have you across. Nope, you can't do anything more than that. Fine. Okay, my knights are exhausted. Right, now as my Morganac Spearmen, you guys can form up behind here to form like a second line against the enemy. It's going to be a thin line, but it will be a useful one nevertheless. Right, the enemy started to make their way in, aren't they? Right, my units are starting to fire, the two ranged units I've got. What can I do with the rest of them? See, General can form up and start marching over here, and I'll have him joined up by the knights. They are going to be exhausted, and unfortunately I don't think they're going to be able to recover their tiredness anytime soon. But it's all going to help out eventually. So, their knights have started making their way in. They've already... it's not going to go too well for them, and the rest of the knights are just going to pile in from this side. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to bring my Morganac Spearmen over to this side, so they can sort of help out over here. We've got more knights coming in here, but just to help out, let's get a unit of Galaglach in position over here to be able to charge in. Okay, you guys, let's not have you skirmishing, please. Just keep you here and firing. Likewise for you guys, let's keep you off skirmish mode. Alright, so is there a way for me to start outflanking the enemy from this side? Let's see, Welsh Militia, Galaglach. Let's have you guys start the march.
Good tidings.
Can we go this way?
The enemy general lies dead.
Yes!
We sent the base cur to hell.
There we go, that was done nice and easy. I think we're going to be okay on this side. You guys come over here then. What are we facing? Archers, archers, archers. Oh, that's going to be nice and easy. Units are firing at the moment, so we'll get you guys now to charge in against them. If I get my general now and the other unit of knights. Alright, how far we're going to have to basically march them to try and get over to here. Let's ask them just to pop to this side here. And then they should be able to make their round and then to attack the rear of the enemy. We've got quite a few, so got loads of knights still making their way in towards that line. Right, you guys have started to push in. Right. Victory seems certain for you. That's good to see here. Right. It's annoying though, their archers are actually firing at my troops, and even though they're right in melee range. Okay, well, over here we seem to be going fine against their cavalry. They've got more cavalry coming in then as well. Alright. This is a pretty straightforward battle. We're just sort of standing around letting my spearmen do all the work. They are taking casualties, but to be honest, they've got the main advantage in this battle, thanks to me. No, 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 no. Why are you... God. Right. Come down here. Fine, let's try and do this. Then over here. And then over here. Right? Will you follow my orders if I tell you to do that? Alright, Organic Spearman. Let's keep you guys here. Galaglach, where are you coming? You're chasing after this unit, are you? Alright. Safewin, can we move you a little forward in order to attack that unit of nobles? Just try and do that little bit of extra damage, you know? You guys can pull back then. You guys can have a chance to recover for a bit. We've got troops charging in over here, so it's time to get my troops involved then. With Owen, let's have you guys come over here, go and attack these. Alright, you guys, we need you basically to make your way over to this here. What's going to be quickest for you to do that? Heading back the same way. What about if I ask you to come this way? Oh no, we can actually come through here. Okay. So come this way for me, good sir, and then attack that unit over there. Right, they've broken. Right, we've killed a third of their army already, and they've only killed 13% of mine. That's pretty good going so far. Right. Can we get my... you guys in position right here? Yes, you are. Okay, let's start moving you down now. Right, what are we coming up here? Highlanders, basic infantry. Let's have you guys charge into the way here. Alright, how's everything else doing? You guys have charged forward here. My archers are engaged in melee. I didn't expect that to be a thing. You guys need to charge in this way instead. Right, General, have you guys moved into position yet? No, you haven't. Right. What about you guys? You're taking your time even more than they are. Right. Let's have a quick look. Let's get... my general can start running now. We can have him get into position behind those units of archers to kill them off. Here it just looks like a bit of a slog. The enemies are coming up, they're fighting, they're running away then. And the rest of my troops are basically just standing here. Right. Charge into the unit here, please. And did I not have another unit of Velvet nearby? I did. You guys can get involved here. You guys can charge in over here as well. You guys, let's not have you firing for the moment, just so we don't take any more casualties from there. Right. General, let's have you guys charge into the rear now from here. And we seem to have an audio problem right now. Everyone's just going, Right. Here we go, charge in. Everyone has broken through this bit. Fantastic. You guys seem to be stuck though.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Right. Basically now we've won this. Alright, everyone, I want to chase after these units so we can kill these off. Alright, you guys come over here and attack to these units as well. What have we got outside the walls that seem to be still here? Artillery crews. Okay, that's going to make easy pickings for us. Alright, we've killed everyone along this bit. Cool. Alright, let's have you guys come out now and deal with our artillery. Or let's kill off their infantry along the way, in fact. Alright, you guys can come after this unit here. General, you can go after this one. We can speed things up yet again to make way for this. Alright, let's just be careful because they may... Okay, they're now firing cows at us. Alright, we're going switch over to attack that unit
if we
there.
remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
So that went extremely well. We lost roughly a fifth of my army, so that was what? 240 men? Roughly. And in return, we've mainly wiped out the entire enemy force, so that's very good going in my opinion. Okay, you guys come over here and deal with them, please. So you can keep throwing those cows at me as much as you want. We're going to kill you off.
Runs. It's time to press the attack.
Now, one of the reasons I'm trying to eliminate the artillery, if we can do so, is because I don't... If we have to fight them again, or they try to siege us again, then they're not going to be able to rely on artillery. They're going to have to try and do things with the towers and that. So we actually have more time to be able to defend ourselves should this situation pop up. Now, what's this unit over here that's running away? I don't think we're going to catch up to it in time anyway. Can't actually see it. Oh, well, hang on. Here it is. There's one man running off by himself. One archer. Okay, I think it's pretty safe to say we can end the battle now.
By the grace of God, our foe is utterly vanquished. Let all who remember this day remember it
heroic
as the
victory
day
as
of
well.
our
Nice.
most glorious
So,
victory.
we lost 235 men in the battle, a little bit of which was from friendly fire, but not that many, luckily for me. And in return, we pretty much wiped out the entire enemy force with only 99 units left. So that's going to help us out, and we've eliminated one of the larger armies, I think, that the Scottish have. So that's going to help things out quite a bit with our expansion. Now, we could ransom them, but I have so much money, we're just going to do the standard thing. Although, to be fair, that money could have come in useful for me to actually repair the walls, since we've taken quite a bit of damage to it, as you can see on the screen at the bottom. But we'll manage. I think it'll be pretty safe for us to just repair the building. And my town guard need a bit of fixing as well. Those artillery crews, so inconsiderate, you know? Now what's this? The portable pipe organ. With the papacy no longer denouncing polyphony, the musical technique where two melodies are united, we are now in an age where aspiring musical artists are pioneering new ways to make heavenly music. The most recent advent in the musical world is an instrument known as a spinet, a true modern mechanical marvel. The spinet is driven by rows of black and white keys, just like a pipe organ, that when pressed strike varying notes on strings encased within. The sound it produces are not so powerful or profound as the pipe organ, making it something a wealthy noble or merchant can have in their home. So basically the piano. I've got the gist of it. Cool. It's nice to see these sort of things popping up, you know, doing the game, so you get a bit of a historical context as well. Like, I don't know actually what year we're in, we just know it's turn 121. They used to have it, if I remember right, when Medieval 2 first came out, where you did actually have it that the year is there. And it's a pretty easy way to actually do it. I just can't remember off the top of my head how, at this moment in time. Right, Tien the Merciless has now become known as the Merciless Conqueror. But, more importantly, we've now managed to sort out the situation here. Now if we come over here first, we're just going to retrain these. We can retrain these a little bit, although I have a feeling it's just going to give them armor more than anything. But we can keep them here while the rest of the force is going to be trained here. How much more do we have left planned? Left? How much more units have we got left to train here? That sounds better. Right. I'll tell you what, let's get you guys starting to march up anyway. You'll get there in 3 turns. Hopefully you don't rebel along the way. That would be annoying if that's the case. Alright, we also had... Was I training an agent somewhere near here? Ah, here we are. Brockwell of Ceredigion. Ah, that's cool. Ceredigon's sort of my home province, so to speak. It's this stretch of Wales right here. So it's nice to see we've got my sort of home province, so to speak, my home county represented in the game. But anyway, Brockwell, let's have you start coming up here so we can spy out what's going on with the Scottish. In fact, Glasgow is very exposed. We have a potential thing here. If I pop on here a second, and I hire an artillery crew, we'll get some basic militia to hold the city as well. But then what we could do... let's get another unit of spearmen. What we could do is actually move my force out with a catapult and take Glasgow quite quickly. If we can get there probably within 2 turns given the movement involved. But we could also go after the fort along the way and get a bit of upkeep reduction because of being in a fort. That would be nice. So we've got that happening. We've got my main force here that's got James of Edinburgh outside. Who are you actually? Just a family member, are you? Right. Scottish assassin. Can I recruit an assassin anywhere around here? Merchant, diplomat. Not so much, no. I'll tell you what you build at the moment, a heavy armor, that sounds better. A brothel, that would just give me spies, doesn't it? Yeah. Damn, I was hoping to have an assassin or something like that nearby. We'll get the brothel anyway, just because it's going to help with public order. And there we go, that's that bit sorted. So if we pop back down now to Ireland, we're in a situation where we're going to basically have a massive siege assault, although I don't know if I'm going to fit it in today's episode. So, let's have a look.
Command me, sire.
You guys can move over to here.
Slaughter them, my lord.
We'll have you maintain the siege for the moment.
Yes.
And we'll have you guys come in and attack as well.
Never been born, sire.
So, if I click this, and tell them to assault.
Moving to crush the enemy.
So here's the thing, right? We have, how much? Nearly 5,000 men attacking this settlement. And the enemy has 1,891. So we outnumber them nearly about 2.5 to 1. Or in other words, for every 2 men they have, we have 5. So, really, I feel tempted to try and give this an auto-resolve. I know it's not the just way of finishing off Ireland, but at the same time, it's going to be a slog to get through the battle, and I've got kind of things I need to rush to do today, I'm afraid. So, let me just pop on here a second, hit save. You can see how I actually do my save ways and thing, and we'll just do Cork Siege, like so, and just see what happens if we actually hit this. Oh, clear victory. There we go. We did lose a fair few men, but that's okay. The most important thing by doing this is we've now got rid of Ireland.
Victory!
It seems a bit anticlimactic, I know, but
These people now kneel before us, my lord.
I'm just gonna occupy this. There we go. I know it's a bit anticlimactic, the fact that we've basically just killed them off in an auto-resolve. But at the same time, I don't know, I just feel like after fighting for so long in Ireland, that it's just nice to have them finally eliminated from the campaign. So it's a bit of a, you know, it could have been one or the other, I guess. Anyway, Reese has become a promising commander, and fair in rule, and we've now eliminated Ireland. So the long legacy of these people have at last come to an end by your hand. Celebrations held in honor of your glorious conquest of the Dominion erupt throughout the kingdom, with everyone from prince to pulpit toasting your righteous reign. That's what I want to hear. Yes, indeed.
Command me, sire.
Right, what are you guys doing? Alright, you had extra reinforcements, and you were coming in here for some reason. Let's move you guys down to here. You guys can come down. Let's put you in the castle for a moment.
Sire. Yes.
Right.
An order.
Now, before we start bringing these guys up to the other side of Scotland, we're going to have to sort out their units a little bit. But for the moment, I think we'll keep... Who are you? Reese. Reese, you can stay in here. And the rest of the force can start making their way up down towards Downpatrick and Trim. So we can take advantage of the facilities at Lifford and that as well to provide some...
As you command.
Provide some replenishment. So you guys can get there within 2 turns. Great. You guys can march all the way back now. over there and get there a few turns later.
We'll stop here.
We still got a couple of rebel forces and that scattered around, but for the most part, Ireland itself has been eliminated. We've got small little unit brigades up here. Okay. Right.
Ships ready.
What we got here? Norwegian Navy and Scottish Navy. You guys want to keep fighting one another? By all means. Fair. Rather you than me. Right. Do we have any missions, in fact? I'm trying to remember. We have a mission to take the settlement here. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I'm afraid. Okay.
Sire.
Quick check here. Right. So, this is going to be my plan now. Scotland is our next target for the most part. We're going to be focusing quite a bit on taking them out. We've only got a couple more regions we need to take to secure a victory in the campaign. So, what just happened? All of a sudden I just heard screams coming in my ears as if something bad has happened. But I haven't lost anything or anything like that. Yeah, we'll take Edwin Tion, sure. We got rioting at Cork. Right, well, let's try and help that a bit by sorting that out. Right, got this. Got these to repair. We're gonna go for council chambers, an inn, an abbey. There we go. And we'll retrain what soldiers we can in the town, like so. Okay, so that was that. And checking on my time, we've still got about 5 minutes. Okay. Kai Gwent can now be upgraded. We're going to go ahead and give you stone walls. Dulin can now be upgraded, finally. It's going to be a huge city after we get this done. So that's that. Construction reports, we've got a whole bunch of stuff done. Units have been recruited. Riot in. Marriage celebration between Edwin Tion and Proust Tion. Cool. And Reese no longer feels appreciated. He's actually just quite... Oh no. This man is quite disgruntled about how he's been treated as of late and is losing loyalty. Damn it. Let's be careful of that. Right.
Command me, sire.
So you guys are moving up to here. Tipperi's now being converted over, so what I could do, in fact...
Yes.
I'm going to try and keep what units I can. Like, these guys look like they're quite experienced, are they? Oh no, they're just little experienced. What I might do, I'm going to disband you guys. Because if we pop over to here, we've got quite a few units I can add to their army.
Orders.
So how many units can I actually get in?
An order.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. What do you actually need?
Yes.
That's the question. More archers, if we got them. We'll take it that. Do you need knights?
As you wish.
You could do with some knights. And some Revelwin. So we'll give you these guys, put you in here. We'll get 4 more units. Let's give you some more Gonic Spearmen and these. There we go. Big full stack. You guys can head towards now. You're heading towards Trim, weren't you? There you go.
I've tried whipping them, sire, but the men are spent.
I bet. So, this is going to be the plan now. We've got how many more regions we need to take? 4 more regions. Now, potentially, we've got an army here by Captain Farquhar, not related to the prince I imagine from Shrek, but we've got an army that's coming down this way, and we've got my force here that's going to get replenished next turn.
We'll make camp here, sire.
So my plan is going to be this. We're going to go after Glasgow, we're going to go after the Citadel up here, and Perth up here. So that will give me 3 territories, and more importantly, lock off quite a bit of the area. So in order for the Scottish to come at me, we're going to have to either come through this way, or make their way all the way round. Here should be pretty safe. Then all I need to do is just take 1 settlement. Now I'm not entirely sure which one to go for. I mean, some of these ones here are quite vulnerable, especially this one that still remains a rebel force, it seems, after all this time. As well as this one here, so we could just go after them. It's going to be quite thing. It's going to be probably another couple of episodes, and then we're going to bring in the series I should say, to the end. Wow, that's been quite the fight, I must say.
Sire.
Alright, let's check this out.
Quietly.
Yeah, very vulnerable to attack. We got Stirling up here, Glasgow here, and Perth there. I'm interested, in fact. Can we have you come over here so we can check out what's sort of going on with these ones here? Because if these are open to attack, that could... Rebel Citadel? Jesus, when did that happen?
I shall continue tomorrow, sire.
Okay. Right. Let's bring the episode to an end, I think. So if I hit the end turn button, I think that was everything we need to do. All my armies in Ireland are marching towards where they need to go. My troops in Scotland, I'm basically just waiting for them to get replenished before we start pushing off even more. So let the Scottish run around and decide what to do. Did they not have some larger armies? I could distinctly remember there being larger armies in the area. Anyway, let's get you guys married. And turn, of course, we're too good. Lincoln has gone up. Let me just go through these quickly, but... one of my assassins has died. Aden Iago has come of age. In Carnarvon, how good are you? Christ, we've got a lot of generals here. He's not that good. Armor factory. Okay, let's go for that. Construction reports. Everything. Hostilities have ceased between Scotland and Norway, so I'm the only one who's actually fighting anyone, and I'm fighting all of them. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here, so I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I hope you join me next time as we start to push against Scotland, and nearly be coming to an end of this campaign with just a few more regions to go. But that's all going to be happening next time, but until then, take care, and goodbye for now.